live from the beautiful Burbank Studios in Cabrini Villa Townhomes. It's 10 Reasons Why show, starring your Oscar-winning rabbit, Sam Labrati.
Oh. Where's your award? I don't see your award.
I have it in the back. Your amazingly handsome co-host, Sama Batu.
Oh.
Great.
And the beautiful, yet stunningly feminine Scott Tommaso. Today's episode.
Great to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Do you mind?
No, go ahead.
Today's episode, we have a guest. And our guest today is the wonderful, beautiful, extremely talented Audrey Cleo.
Yay!
Yay, Audrey Cleo.
Yeah.
Known for such
Hollywood entertainment reporter,
Hollywood entertainment
pop
reporter.
culture enthusiast, and expert. I'll say expert.
I'll
Expert
take that.
pop
Thank
culture.
you, Scott.
You're welcome.
You're into
If you
gaming
say
too,
it,
right?
it's true. Yeah, I was
did I-
in gaming. I was in gaming.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I love that.
I was going to use the word phenomenon as well, but I didn't know if that was going a little
I
bit
If
couldn't
you say
pronounce it.
Just go up there.
Yeah,
Just do it.
no, I love it. Just
pop
keep
culture
elevating.
phenomenon, Audrey Cleo.
What can I say?
All right, so what are we talking? Actually, first of all, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having
away,
me.
Scott.
So excited. Thank you, Sam. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step over your feet there.
You always do.
I do.
It's never been a clean one yet.
Let's first of all talk about how people can get involved with the show, and then we'll talk about Audrey a little bit, and then talk about what we're doing today. So first of all, come to our website, www.10reasonswhyshow.com. You can also go to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/10reasonswhyshow. You can get a hold of us on Twitter at 10 Reasons Show. I won't even tell you the rest as far as the individual stuff.
It's really
but
easy. If they go,
actually,
they go to the
do
website.
you have a Twitter? Is that something people can follow you?
I do have a Twitter.
What do you want to give? Do you want to give?
God, you're like such a
I feel
dad.
dirty.
Do you have a Twitter? Do you twit?
It sounds naughty a little bit.
It does.
I felt
I've been
dirty
called a
saying.
twit.
Yeah.
I do. It's my handle's at Audrey Cleo, and then you can also visit my website audreycleo.com.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. So we're talking about, actually, Summer, why don't you tell us what we're talking about?
Oh, this is
Because
gonna be
this is
crazy.
I don't
topic.
know what we're talking about.
No, you
It's-
never do.
Well,
Super controversial.
we just passed the whole awards show, and I think this is something many people are still talking about. 10 reasons why people hate Anne Hathaway.
Oh,
10 reasons why. I think there's probably more than 10. Now,
Don't
first of
they
all, I
have
should.
don't they have a group of people writing about her
Right,
and stuff
so
like that?
they're
So
officially called
it's official.
Hatha-Haters.
Hatha-Haters.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
This is an internet phenomenon. I read about this in the Daily Beast, like this really great article breaking down why Hatha-Haters exist. And kind of, I feel like maybe it's already out there, but there needs to be like a timeline. Like, when did this start? Because this is almost like a huge backlash. There were questions before she won the Oscar, whether it would influence whether she would get it or not, which I thought was total BS.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
That thing was on lock.
Like
for
would
her.
would it hurt her chances?
Right. I mean,
And-
because the Academy totally cares about that Tumblr.
Oh my God, exactly.
Create hathahaters.tumblr.com or whatever,
Yeah.
like they totally, and they're like, oh yeah, no, not
yeah.
her.
Well,
No,
I'm behind the curve because I really don't understand what all the fuss is about, and I haven't really seen examples of her being
Hateable.
overtly hateable.
And you will learn today.
She's female. She's got the right parts. I'm okay.
Well, I suppose that's a good start.
You
For-
need to raise your standards.
I was gonna say,
Exactly.
standards are a little
Come
low.
on.
Yeah.
There. Well, let's talk about this. So we've got let's talk about Audrey real quick. So you've been in the business for a long time, entertainment.
I wouldn't say a
world.
long time. How old do you think I am?
I was going to go with 24.
22.
Started when
Yeah,
you were
that's
14.
true. Mhm,
I don't
that's-
know.
That's about right. That's about right. Yeah.
So you've probably have you actually talked to Anne Hathaway?
I have never talked to Anne Hathaway, but I did, before she did, years ago, she did a movie called Rachel Getting Married. And I went with a friend to a special screening, and she did this Q&A, and she was just so charming and lovely, and I was a big fan of Devil Wears Prada because I have ovaries, and
Oh, that's what that was.
by default, you just like that
Which would
movie.
explain why I didn't like it.
Yeah, probably. And I thought she was just so great. She was great in Brokeback Mountain. She
Yeah.
was very self-effacing.
Brokeback.
Yeah.
and charming, you know. And I was like,
Charming,
oh,
yeah.
And I was like,
Absolutely.
oh, she's smart, which I really like. Like she went to Vassar, and
Yeah.
I had total girl crush on her. Like this is the Rachel getting married era,
Right.
like up until that
Yep.
point, and even Dark Knight Rises a little bit too. I thought she was good, but something changed. I'm not saying I don't like her.
Yeah.
We'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, no, I haven't ever talked to Anne.
And I
Hathaway.
haven't either. I feel like up until recently, when all this started kind of snowballing, that I was very much in, I don't know what the word is, but I mean, I thought she was fantastic. I thought she's very pretty. I thought she was very humble, is
And
what I
like she
thought.
deserved it and everything, yeah.
But then when you start getting that little something back there where people are going, well, wait, it seems a little contrived. It seems a little like she's trying too hard. Then since then, I've been starting to think, you know what? Now that I'm watching this, and she's giving these little nuggets of whatever during her awards speech, that I'm like, God, yeah, that does sound kind of.
I think that's the problem, yeah.
Weird. But anyway, so I actually do like her. There's no reason for me to hate her.
Yeah.
But, whatever. But there are a lot of people out there that they call themselves Hatha-Haters. So let's just start with those.
The first one is she tries too hard.
All right. Does she?
Tries
Well, she
too
seems
hard.
fake.
Does she?
Everybody in Hollywood tries too hard, though, right?
I
like
suppose.
they're I mean, you know, tries too hard. She's an actor.
Well, you are trying to be the number one, like the first
Yeah.
A-lister, you know, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it's that, you know, I think it's that part where she seems humble, but she goes out of her way to say certain things like, you know, now I can use this to beat off self-doubt. It's like, what?
Yeah, that was overthought a little bit, I feel, because in the whole breathless, like, oh, it's happening, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, you knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, she knew. She knew.
Like, but you know what would have been epic is if at the Oscars. And by the way, I was a huge fan of her performance as Fantine. I did not like Les Miserables.
Right.
For a number of reasons. Like by default, I'm not a huge fan of musicals anyway, but this was like the musical of all musicals.
Right.
They're singing to, and I was just like,
I appreciate the
But-
effort, but
Exactly, and I think in a way it kind of collapsed under its own weight.
Yeah.
But her performance as Fantine, I mean, I was like, I felt so many feelings that I haven't felt, and I totally cried. Like she was great in it. There was no way she wasn't going to get the Oscar, but I would have loved if for some crazy reason she got an upset, and I would have loved if she like Kanye'd herself.
Oh my God.
And just like hold up, you guys.
I would love to
Like
see
if Jessica
that cutaway.
yeah, or not. I'm sorry, not Jessica. That was Best Actress. But if like Jackie Weaver or something, like you know,
That would have been hilarious.
someone else got it, and she would and she would have gone in there and it's like, I just want to say that I had the best performance. But
That would have been
I
nice.
let you to talk.
One
Okay.
can
yeah, you're right.
dream.
I'm gonna talk.
Jackie, I'm gonna let you talk, but hold
But-
on a second. Yeah. Oh, I would have loved. I would have loved that.
But I think there is a sense. I think there is a sense that she tries too hard. But I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with
The reason
it.
why I think she stands out too much, it's just compared to the others, there are many actors out there and they are trying to, of course, everybody. But she just stands out of that group, you know? You're like, oh.
Stands out as
like,
In a good way.
you
or
can
bad
point her out. You're like,
Like physically.
"There's something fake there.
Oh.
You know what I
it's
mean?
fake, but it's something. It's
That's
something
what I
we
mean.
haven't seen for a while, and that's a certain kind of ingenue kind of. I can't really explain what I'm talking about. Cue the crickets, but. I've heard that she's been compared, and maybe not fairly, but compared to Audrey Hepburn.
That's not fair. I can't even compare that.
People just shouldn't compare other
Yes,
people
they
to
just gotta
Audrey
stop.
Hepburn.
Yeah.
I
Stop
think that's just
comparing.
like, you know, she's
Comparing is a bad.
yeah.
it's
when
not
you
fair.
when you do that to that skin, like, you know, let's back up. Well,
Yeah.
I think, you know, like you have the friend who is like, and I'm very humble, like that. I think that's what people are a little bit resentful of
Totally.
when they're saying that she's trying too hard.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like this is a blunt object of self-doubt.
Yeah.
You know, and those kinds of lines make you want to beat somebody with a blunt object.
And the
like,
fact-
that's
Yeah, exactly.
So the number 2 is shameless and relentless plugging for critical acclaim, you know, awards and all that.
Right. So she's she constantly reminds us that she shaved her head, lost all this weight on this lettuce diet, and that she sang her own songs. So she
And you're
it
like,
seemed
thank you
like
very much for reminding.
every interview.
Is it constant? Because I'm really not an Anne Hathaway follower. Whenever there's news about her, I'm just like.
Well, I think
You're like Anne Hathaway neutral. Like you just don't know anything about her other than she was in this movie.
She was in Miserable, Les Miserables.
Question would be,
Les Miserables.
And I speak French.
you do speak French. How do you mess that up?
wow.
Because I'm me.
That's true. What were you going to say, Sandra?
I think the thing, like, yes, you're right. She repeats herself. She's keep reminding people what she did. It's like, are you trying to insult the other actors who are doing things like everybody does that.
I don't think she's trying to insult anybody else.
But it comes out that way, though.
Really?
You know what I mean?
I know.
Everybody does something.
No, you know,
something
jealous.
from you.
She does. She always talks about Hugh Jackman like he's the greatest thing ever, which I think
He's a
I'm
great
surprised
actor.
he wasn't up for an award, but whatever.
He's a great actor.
But I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah.
But she's
everybody
very
was
humble
great
in that
in that.
regard. She does say that. But I think she also gets set up a lot of times too. So people are like, all right, so how hard was it to do this role? And then she has to explain, well, you know, I had to get my hair cut off, I had to lose all this weight, and blah, blah, blah. So I think she gets caught up in it.
What's the actress that won the Oscar that when she cut, like she put on with Monsters? What was that movie?
Charlize Theron.
Didn't she do that all drastic, like she
That was
put on
amazing. She
weight
gained a
and
bunch
she
of
looked,
weight.
Oh my God.
Listen,
Well, yeah, she was busted in that movie and deserved, and she got an Oscar, and it was
She was
very
busted.
well.
What do you mean she was
remember.
busted?
she wasn't pretty.
Yeah, she was
She was.
I thought you meant she was arrested.
She absolutely because she looked.
She should have been
so-
arrested for
wow.
the way she looked.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I
She looked
agree.
totally. She looked exactly like some of the people I've known
No.
in my past. Totally white trash. It was amazing.
Well,
And what
they're
I'm trying
old
to-
girlfriends or
Yeah,
Yes.
you were revealing so much about yourself, Sam, that I just never
And
knew
he
before.
did.
this is good.
I shan't be speaking.
But the
again.
reason I'm saying this, I don't remember her ever saying something like, I put on that weight, like all that weight, and I looked ugly, and I did this and that. Do you
I never
remember
heard
that?
her.
No, I don't remember
ever
that.
Her talking about that even. Like, she went
But,
out there, she
too,
accepted it, and she, that's it.
In
Done.
Anne's defense, I don't think she does it to like unprompted.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you're like, hey Anne, how you doing? She's like, I shaved my head, I lost all this weight, and I was so miserable playing. I almost lost my husband. Like
So
I
you're
don't
being
think she was
sarcastic
like,
now,
just
right?
a little bit.
But I must say,
just
the
wanna
short
make
hair
sure.
looks great on her.
Yeah, I think she looks.
loved it.
She looks. But
I
like,
loved
who
it.
doesn't campaign a little? Like, wasn't it
Of course.
Melissa Leo took out an entire ad or something?
Oh,
For
yeah.
herself?
For her. Yeah, like an almost like a 4-year consideration to the Academy. Like people campaign all the time.
Of course.
Like
Of course.
Why? Look, if people if people in Hollywood had a bone to pick about campaigning for award season, like Harvey Weinstein wouldn't be able to make any movie.
Totally.
Like,
totally. It happens. People play. But I think what the fans are saying, and what I've seen even in articles, is that every time there's an interview, anything, just a microphone in her face, she's reminding us all the things she had to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's again something that she's consciously doing, or if someone's asking her a direct question about it, I don't know. But it seems to turn people off for whatever reason.
My thing when I listen to her talking is just the way she's talking, like the soft spoken, like she talks so like like I don't you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She has that weird approach to her, the way she speaks. You're
But is
like,
it fake, or is that really the way she is?
Well, okay, seeing her in interviews now compared to when I saw her at this Q&A for Rachel getting married,
Yeah.
it is really different. It's just is different. There's been I don't know her. I don't know her personally, but you can there's a different sensibility.
You
Yeah.
mean when the camera is, the cameras are on, she's she's
Well,
No,
plus-
I think it was just different parts of her career, honestly.
Plus, this is an Oscar-nominated role, so she's she's gonna talk about it. Of course,
Right.
of course.
This might not happen. I mean, we don't know this, but this might not ever happen for her again. It's so hard.
It is.
like,
It is.
to
It is.
carve out a
Was this
career
was this
like
her
that.
first one? I can't remember. Is this her first one she's ever won?
Yeah.
I'm on top of this subject.
I can see that.
Yes, this is
All right,
her first
let's go to the next one. This is a pretty self-explanatory one.
Okay, I hope I can say that right.
I'm excited about this one.
No, I'm not going to. Her Oscar hosting debacle. I am just butchering it
Wait a
more.
minute. Wait. Before we even got to this, the word in question, she said hosting.
I know, she said hosting.
It's hosting.
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 All right,
I'm
so
so
her,
We love her. We
so
love
her,
You
her,
better love me.
her Oscar
Sema.
hosting debacle.
Debacle.
I like you, Sema, because you speak like how Borat speaks sometimes.
That's a compliment?
No, it's awesome because it's totally genuine.
It is. If in doubt, she goes phonetic. That's
How-
just the way it is.
Look.
That's true though. I do a lot of fun.
All right, so let's.
Yeah.
How can you not love just everything about Sema?
Of course,
She's just amazing.
she's a sweetheart. So I mean, I don't know what else to say about this other than the fact that obviously nobody liked it. I don't know. Did that hurt her career? Does that hurt people, the way people look at her? Do you think?
Well, what hosting debacle?
Yeah.
This is phenomenal that you're here today, Sam. Did you not watch the Oscars last year?
Last year, I don't. Was it who was
Or
the
no,
host?
2 years
No,
ago.
2 years.
Who was the host
2 years ago.
Her?
It was
Her and
James Franco, or
Oh
some
yes, that was a
semblance.
debacle.
Yeah.
Some semblance of James Franco.
Now I know why I don't remember
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Because,
But a lot of
because it was
people,
terrible.
Nobody
a lot of
wants to
people
remember.
blamed. I think he got more of the blame than she did.
Well, they
for
both
that.
sucked.
But I don't. Yeah, they did.
You know what? That's so
They
true.
did.
He did. They blamed him more than her.
Well, he kind of left her hanging.
He did.
Because
He
I
did.
honestly think he may not have known where he was.
So you mean he was
Like
high?
after, I mean, I have no evidence.
Possible.
I'm not saying, but wasn't that the general, like, James Franco really doesn't know where he is. He might be astral projecting right now and no one knows. So he kind of left her hanging. That wasn't her fault.
No,
and
I
clearly, their botched performance at the Oscars didn't hurt their careers. She won an Oscar 2 years
Obviously.
later. Obviously, he's gone on to make his, he's directing, he's producing, he's
got the Oz thing coming
He's
up.
got Oz, but he's also got these, little independent movies that
Yeah.
he's working on. So clearly nothing, no one said, oh, we got to pump the brakes on these kids. They really messed up
Sure.
the Oscars.
I don't think career-wise, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Although, crickets. I personally think that Hugh Jackman did a really good job.
Oh yeah, you did it. Yeah, I
Too
think
much
he did.
song and dance for my blood because I'm not quite that gay.
When did he? It was the Oscars that he
But
did.
I like that.
I thought was it
Was it the Oscars?
No, I think he did.
It's like Golden Globes or
Golden
something.
Globe?
Yeah.
Well, whatever it was, he was really good.
But
I
he was
liked it.
good. Get Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was done right.
Let's get them to
Yeah.
do some Oscars.
Yeah.
Or
All right,
Ricky, you can default to Ricky Gervais.
No.
Everybody.
That guy. Oh, he sucked.
I loved Ricky Gervais.
I
do love him.
I
love
like
him.
it's that it's like some kind of comedic brilliance / genius when
There's
you
no
can make
brilliance
the
there.
audience uncomfortable.
Yes.
But not only that, but you make the people right in front of you more uncomfortable. Like, oh, it's so uncomfortable.
I am
But he
all
does a great
for
job,
it,
and
especially
yeah,
at the,
so
especially
good.
at the Oscars. Especially.
No. We're
gonna get it.
face. No.
We're
Yeah.
gonna take a poll on that one.
Right.
All
All
right.
right. Take a poll and
No, stop it. Stop it. All right, let's move on. What's number 4 there, Summer?
number 4.
Number 4 is she reminds you of the girl who hated in the high school drama school.
The girl you hated in high school drama.
Get that too.
I had a crush on her.
You had a crush on a high school drama chick?
Yeah.
And?
And nothing happened.
Her name was Anne Hathaway, and she went
No.
on to win an Oscar.
What could have been, Sam? What could have been?
What could have been? Well, I don't know, but she was really good looking. So, of course, her boyfriend was the football star who was also the drama club star who couldn't act worth the...
This feels like a therapy session.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm not
Keep talking,
bitter.
Sam.
Wait, I am not bitter.
No, not at all.
But
Clearly.
right. But this was how long ago that this happened?
Can we move along?
This was last week when he
This
was on
was-
Facebook and
yeah.
he saw that they got married.
Oh my god.
And he's rooting for them to get divorced. He was like,
I'll be there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah. I'll be right outside your marriage counselor's office.
She is funny.
Here, I want to read this. So this is an article according to help us with this particular topic. Richard Lawson of the Atlantic Wire told Hollywood.com's Moylan that Hathaway has got this theater kid thing where she adopts the mood of every situation she's in. So for example, rude in body on Chelsea Lately. I didn't see her on Chelsea Lately, but Poised and classy at the Oscars, but wildly overcompensates every time. So she tries to meet the moment, but then overcompensates.
Isn't that called acting?
Yeah, I was just going to say
Right.
she's an actor.
Now-
and sorry.
Well, I was
keep
going to say,
going.
he also
Yeah.
continued that she always seems like she's performing, and her favorite act is this overstated humility and graciousness.
Again, it goes back to that whole, and I'm really humble, and I'm really
Yeah.
modest
Yeah.
thing that I think sometimes turns people off because it doesn't, maybe she really is.
She might be.
But it turns people off because I think when you people become a little bit resentful of it. And I think, Anne Hathaway and Jennifer Lawrence are like polar opposites.
Oh my God, yes.
And I think the thing that's really charming about Jennifer Lawrence right now that is kind of winning over everybody in Hollywood and outside of Hollywood is that she could be on Chelsea Lately, she could be at the Oscars, and she'll still do her.
Yeah.
Or what like she still does her thing. It's kind of she doesn't know how to like, not just be her. Like she was at the Oscars press room, she was statue in hand flipping off her publicist, and as a joke, which like I have talked to Jennifer a few times, and she is just kind of like that. Like I really, really adore her. I think she's great. And I hope she doesn't lose that as she progresses in this industry.
She's right, and she's so different, like you said, from Anne Hathaway in that she doesn't tell people any of these things, but I do remember when she was on the red carpet. I can't remember who she was talking to, but somebody talked about, like her boobs or something like that.
That was me.
Was that you? That was you, actually.
That was me.
and she said something like she didn't want to show because like her left one wasn't as big as the right
me on
one
that,
or something.
but we did talk about her boobs.
But her, they're always talking about her boobs. And of course, she was a part of that whole Oscar thing.
I talked to her and it was really, really cold. And I was like, oh, so like, are you as cold as me right now? And she was like, oh yeah, I have boobsicles. And I was like, that's amazing. That's amazing. I was like, I've never heard that before. And so I saw her again and I was like, so how are your boobsicles? And she's like, oh, they're really good right now. They're covered up. I feel really good.
Do they need to be thawed?
Seeing if Anne Hathaway...
Because my friend Sam... he has a very high body temperature.
He does.
No, but it was like just that moment, like I was completely charmed that she could talk about like her boobs being uneven or whatever, and it's cool. Hilarious.
It makes you like her. It's very likable.
Makes her likable.
Yeah, very likable. This industry has a way of changing people as they get more successful. So I hope she hangs on to that. And I'm not saying Anne Hathaway isn't that way. But it's unfortunate that's how people are perceiving her.
So do we agree? Does she remind anybody of that girl you hate in dramas?
Oh, I totally see that analogy. I totally see that analogy. But you know what? The girl who you hated in drama was hated by a lot of people.
Yes.
And now she has an Oscar.
That's
so
true.
Who's laughing now?
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Good point.
That's true.
Who's laughing now?
All right, Sam, did you have something to add, or are we going to break?
I think we're going to break.
All right, let's go to break. We'll come back and we'll finish. Well, we'll do the next four with Audrey Cleo, our guest.
Yay! We'll be right back.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. My name is Jake Sufjan, and I am one of the stars on that comedy web series called Those Guys. It's a hilarious endeavor of men and their escapades, and I think you should check it out. When you have a chance, go to YouTube and subscribe. Till then, we'll see you on the next episode.
Genuineness or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're back. I'm your host, Sam Larati. Your co-host, Scott.
This gets better every time you do it, by the way.
Not once. Let me just tell everybody. Not once has this man ever let me finish a sentence when I do my openings. Now, come on.
The crickets don't let you finish.
No, but you don't have to help him. What are you like? Their leader?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, crickets.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. I'm Sam Labrati. That's Scott Tomaso, Sema Batuk, and
Audrey Cleo.
Yeah.
Say it all
How about
together
that?
now.
spit it out so you
Very
don't
good.
have to.
Hollywood entertainer,
Entertainment reporter.
reporter, pop culture phenomenon.
Hot babe.
See,
Yeah,
used
I
it
like
this
that.
time. used
Ooh,
it
I
this
like
time.
that one too, Sam.
And
That's
hot
not
babe.
creepy at all. And for the record, Sam spent the whole break Googling Anne Hathaway's nipples.
No,
I think
I was. Yes, I
I
was.
think that was the key search
I
too.
dig
Anne
it.
Hathaway nipples.
No.
All right.
not
So
bitter about
interested
that.
now. Yep. He
Let's
wants to see.
let's get back to the list. So we're talking about the 10 reasons why people hate Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
So we've gone through a few of them. Let's just
Number
move on to
5.
number 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 5 is she's always smiling that mega manic grin. Her face is all teeth.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and translate.
Do you want to translate? The Mega Manic?
She's always smiling that mega manic. Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah.
Mega manic grin, and her face is all teeth. Now, again, this is not what we said. This is what the fans say. So, that being said,
Anne Hathaway's publicist, please don't hate us.
I will say this. She's got a beautiful mouth of teeth. Her teeth are perfect.
Yes.
I like
I
your
think
mouth.
she's gorgeous. I think she has
does
a
have
great
it.
smile. Nothing about it says, hey guys, let's kill Batman. Like that, you know, like nothing about it is like very
But it's
Joker-ish.
Funny, but it is funny. So it's it's like those things where people, when you hate something, you find things.
Oh yeah.
It's easy to find things. So people are picking on the fact that she's got this big smile, these perfect teeth.
Right.
And I will admit
Well,
she's got. I mean, it's all
big
teeth
mouth.
up here. It's really.
Well, the problem is not that she has.
As long as they can
can't
move out of
mouth.
the way.
That's
all
what it
I
is. It pulls attention.
Oh. My mind just went somewhere terrible.
I don't.
Sam.
I just look. I just opened
I
the door.
think she
I don't
has-
make you walk through it.
Yes, you do.
So I don't know if I agree with that or not, but she does always have that smile. Not with you, Sam. I'm not saying I agree with you.
I like her eyes actually. She
Agree
has
with the
gorgeous big
topic.
eyes.
I think she's beautiful. I think she has a
gorgeous,
great
beautiful
smile,
eyes.
and if people want to pick on
She is
something
beautiful.
aesthetic or physical, pick on her nipples.
Well,
All right, if you insist.
Sam won't think twice about
But
that.
I'm not going to pick on them.
Stop.
Like,
Stop.
if you're in the public, people are gonna pick on. She doesn't have like psycho killer. People talk about it like it haunts their dreams. She's not Gary Busey.
Yeah, really. Come on. You're
Now that's a
absolutely
manic
right.
grin.
That is,
That's a manic
and
grin.
now,
right there. Do you think she's got a manic grin? Does she have that? Does anybody agree with that?
no,
I haven't seen that. She
I
just has a
don't-
big
I've-
mouthful of teeth. That's all.
Because we've
she's gorgeous.
she has
I mean-
had some things though where people say that she's not nice with her fans.
I heard about that
Interesting.
actually. I did hear about that.
But
It's
okay,
weird.
here's the dirty little secret about Hollywood and celebrities. Sorry to break it to you guys. There are sometimes people who aren't nice to their fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes.
just, it's
And she's apparently one of them.
I haven't heard or
I-
seen anything, so I cannot.
I think the
attest to
reason
that.
it bothers me
I can't
because she
attest to
seems
that
such a
either.
lovely person that you don't expect that. Maybe because of the way she looks.
Yeah, but
you're
it's
like, maybe you're not-
Hollywood.
Exactly, that's true. Yeah. The other
So-
side of Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hollywood is
I mean, that's always
can be cruel.
It's always disappointing to hear that. So that's if I meet a certain celebrity or if I interview them and they are genuinely nice, because you do this job often enough, your BS detector
Oh yeah.
gets so good.
Yeah.
And you can tell who is real and who isn't, and who is just happy to be there and will probably have a great career, and who's so, wearing their
Manic smile.
derriere as a hat. Like you figure it out.
All right. Let's go to the next one. This is actually kind of a fun one.
Number 6, she's a dork, but not the cool kind.
She's
So
not.
she's a
She's
dork?
not adorkable. Is that what people are saying?
Oh, she's adorkable.
I love it.
I think there are some cool dorky people. I think dork is
Like the Zoe
nerdy.
Deschanel types.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that?
Now, she's not
think
dorky.
so.
She's cool with a persona built around her of being dorky.
Who's a Zoe, or are we talking
Zoe.
about Anne Hathaway?
She's not a dork. She's too cute.
She
to be a
seems
dork.
kind of dorky to me.
I'm
She
actually
puts
kind
on a
of.
dork thing.
I'm actually kind of surprised there aren't more like. I like Zoe Deschanel, but I'm surprised there aren't more Zoe Deschanel haters. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's not a bigger phenomenon, and I don't know if that's just because she
Give
wasn't
her
up for an Oscar.
just nominate her for an Oscar.
She's a good actress. and
Change
she's
all of
funny.
that.
Great.
She sings too.
Yeah, and she's super
She's-
talented.
she is.
Okay, again, that goes back. Anne Hathaway, yeah, when she was Rachel getting married, or
Right.
Devil Wears Prada, or when she was doing Princess Diaries. I know you guys all saw that.
I love that movie.
I actually did
Amazing.
see the first one.
It actually was. It's so cute, right?
It's a cute movie. It's a cute movie.
Come on, Scott. You own it on
I
Blu-ray.
liked it a lot.
I bought a season ticket.
I don't know what that
That didn't
means.
even make sense. That's-
I rest my case.
I know you guys are exchanging nipple pics here.
I know, I was
But
just-
so she's
Sam, why is your avatar Anne Hathaway's nipples?
does she try to be dorky? Does she try to be nerdy and all
Nerdy?
that?
She plays
I
the
don't
innocent
know.
girl card. That's what it
She
is.
has nice breasts.
No.
Who are we talking
my
about?
goodness.
Check your
Anne
email. You'll see
Hathaway.
it. Check
I
your
don't
email.
want to know.
You'll see
Well,
it.
stop emailing me.
Someone-
I'm good at
I'm not
finding stuff,
emailing.
man.
You guys are making me out to be a breast nut, and that is absolutely.
That
I
is
right.
have
totally
this
true.
Totally true,
theory
yeah.
that like when Seth MacFarlane did his "We Saw Your Boobs" song, you were sitting there like writing down every actress in the movie.
know.
You're
Sam-
like, okay, wait, what? And you were pausing, and you're like,
I can't even say I'm innocent because I really am a boob guy.
see, there you go. There you go.
All right, so we don't know. I don't think any of us are agreeing with the dork. She's a dork, but she's not
Sorry,
the cool
no,
kind. So
no.
all right. Let's
She
move
does have
to
beautiful breasts.
number 7.
Number 7.
Number 7.
She ruined Batman as the unsexy cat woman. I agree.
She did get a lot of flack for this one. Like people did not think she was a good choice. Now,
She has a beautiful body and everything, but I didn't see her as the sexy look. You know, the cat, the Michelle Pfeiffer, right? She did it. Oh my gosh, she was sexy.
Well, you can't compare.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Oof.
Why you
but she
can't?
looks like a cat.
What are you gonna do? Put Michelle Pfeiffer back into the Dark
No.
Knight?
Maybe not.
What we are
She
trying
could
to
fit
say,
into the suit.
She
I've seen her
probably
in
could.
person.
She probably
She's
could.
awesome.
The thing
a little
is,
old.
the
Little
image,
nutty, but-
the image she created, she was naughty and she was flirting the way she was looking, and I didn't see that in her.
I actually thought she did a good job.
I-
All this
she
ageist
did.
crap.
I thought she did a good job too. I think I was much more hesitant when I first heard about the casting, and I was like, really? Really?
Yeah.
And then
Who would you have chosen?
who? Me?
You want
For
naughty
Catwoman.
girl.
I liked her. No, I liked her.
I'm
I
sorry.
liked her. I liked her.
I thought she did a pretty good job.
Well,
Like Halle Berry
Well, if
tried to
I'd
do
seen
the
it, I would
role,
tell you.
and it didn't really work out for her. And she,
No.
if you had heard, I think people, when she was picked as Catwoman, people were much more on board, and then they
Yes.
saw it and they were like, "Ooh." Womp
That
womp.
was just all the way around.
again, great body,
all the
but
way
it
around.
didn't work out.
Although if you put Halle Berry in the Dark Knight Rises, into that kind of script, because really the Catwoman script was just awful. And then,
Yeah.
let's move on to the next one. Is she overexposed?
Not enough.
And is that her fault? Not enough. Oh my God.
Sam thinks she's underexposed, but
He thinks every woman is underexposed.
Now wait a minute. I am a feminist. I was there when they were burning the bras. I was there.
of course you were. They weren't wearing bras anymore.
Exactly.
So is she overexposed? Has she been?
Everybody around award season, the major players, they're all overexposed.
Yeah.
Everybody, doesn't matter how charming or not charming you are.
True.
Yeah.
That's very true.
People get sick of you.
Who have we heard the most of during award season?
I would say it's Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
because she was sweeping everything, and
Because
she was
she
getting.
was.
It was her and Jennifer Lawrence, and they are
Daniel
again
Day-Lewis, too,
polar opposites. Yeah, but Daniel
didn't hear anything about him.
Daniel Day-Lewis doesn't do a lot of press.
That's a good point.
He shies away from most press, which I don't understand because he's great at it. He can work a press room. Like
Yeah.
he's so charming. He's another one who's just elevated and
I agree. We got to go to
Yeah.
break.
We gotta go to break.
Yes.
We'll come back and
Oh, we're over for
we'll
break.
do the last two.
Oh, no.
We'll do the last two, and we're here with Audrey Cleo, and we'll finish it up in Anne Hathaway, Why They Hate Her.
See you in a bit. first say that I'm having an amazing time today with our wonderful guest, Audrey Cleo, who just totally understands me and gets where I'm coming from, which is lovely. I'm Sam Larati, your host. Your other host is Sema Batuk, and then there's that guy over there.
Why am I always last?
That guy over there.
Yeah, I know.
What's his
You've
name?
been downgraded so hard.
We call him Scott Tommaso, but you can call him whatever you want.
You can call me.
And we're back.
All right, so we've left up. We're back. We're talking about the 10 reasons why people hate Anne Hathaway. Again, this is not our list. This is the fans list. And then, of course, you can go out on the blogosphere and internet and check it all out. They're called Hatha-Haters. I don't know if you're one of them, but anyways, that's what we're talking about. So let's go. We've already talked about 8. Let's go to number 9.
Number 9, just because.
That is a great reason because
I don't get that
Because
one.
most likely the case, you know?
people love to hate.
She's successful,
I
that's
think it
why.
is. I think that's what it is.
She's successful.
People love to hate. People are gonna find a reason to hate Jennifer Lawrence one day. You know, if
Don't
they
be hating, is what I say.
No.
Yeah.
But people love to hate. It kind of, for women, I think it feeds into a little bit of that mean girl mentality that we all have a little bit in us. And
I do.
I know Scott does. It's major.
It is. It's a problem.
We
It's a
just call
problem.
him Regina, like from Mean Girls.
I guess it's just
fair.
because most talked about recently and people are like, yep, there must be something wrong with you.
Well, right. So I was talking about this earlier, where I had no issue with her whatsoever. But then when you hear about the Hatha-Haters, you go out, the people are pointing out certain things. You're like, oh wait, that does sound kind of
You know
like what
that-
she's doing. And then you look at it a little differently, and then it just kind of snowballs. Because this
know what
whole
it
idea
is?
of hating her is snowball.
When she went up to accept her award, Oscars, right? What did she say? Didn't she say, it came true? Like, I think that bothers
Well, no, she
me. I mean,
said,
it bothered me.
I
I was
can
like, why
beat
would
off-
you say that?
That was Golden Globes. That was like, this is a
Self-doubt.
blunt object of
Oh, yeah.
self-doubt. And I think that seems, it seems so contrived and people perceive it that way. You
Because
know.
she did it when she was like
what was
Oscar.
she
She did
beating
that.
off?
She was holding and she said,
What was she beating
Here we
off?
go.
I keep saying that you.
Sam tries to clear his name.
Yeah. And then
he
he
keeps
goes,
coming up with stuff like
yeah.
this. No,
Her
but that does
self-doubt. Her
her
self-doubt.
self-doubt.
Can't she use a different phrase?
No, because she's a thespian.
Oh.
That's how she says it.
I'm a Democrat.
Sam
don't know what
stopped
that means.
listening after she said self. He totally forgot about the doubt.
Everything else is like
Yeah, he was-
dream sequence
yeah,
starts.
everything else is like,
Dream sequence initiated.
Begins. But that doesn't really feed into just because. I think it really is a snowball effect. I just think that people start hating and then people just kind of get on board with it. And like you said, people just love to hate. So it just kind of became its own thing. And now a lot of
Yeah.
people hate her and they don't know why. They just don't know why.
Yeah, people are just kind of irked.
I don't even know if I want to talk about that one anymore. Is there anything else to talk about on that one?
not really.
Just because.
Just because.
Beat that horse to death.
Well, no. Here, so maybe is she too perfect? Is she too perfect?
Is this the number one
No,
reason?
this isn't the number one.
No,
Is
maybe
she
is
too
that the-
perfect?
This is my follow-up.
Maybe is that the reason people they don't
Maybe it's
like her?
because she's too good.
Well, here's the thing.
No.
Don't you
no.
think? Let me ask you this, because you're an expert of interviewing.
Yes, I'm an expert in a lot of things.
Yes. Well, we know that, so we're acknowledging it. All right. No, but really, when somebody becomes successful to a certain point and in the public eye, there's always going to be a certain human reaction of wanting to see them taken down a peg. Don't you think?
I think that's much more of like a Hollywood pop culture thing,
Yeah.
phenomenon, if you want to call it that.
But it's real.
Everybody looks like someone to be torn down and then built back up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Robert Downey Jr. for years
Yeah.
was torn down.
Well,
And now he
had
can't do no
had a
wrong.
lot. He had a lot of personal problems. He had a lot of personal demons that he had to wrestle with.
He couldn't get arrested, literally.
And everybody likes a good comeback
Yep.
story, and if they're not going to come back from something bad, we might as well tear them down and then make them come back.
Exactly.
Or something. Maybe it's that. Maybe I'm thinking too deep into it.
I think
but
there's something. I think there's something to that. I think there's
Maybe.
something to that, but I don't know.
Well, speaking of Robert Downey Jr., just real quick, when he was at his lowest, I was friends with somebody who knew his family really well. I won't go into names, but they the consensus there was that he was in this hole and he was never going to come out. So when he did pull himself out, it was like amazing.
Well, and plus he's always had that.
And he couldn't get apart.
Right. Well, but and they've always thought he was brilliant.
Oh, yeah,
He's
he
always
was.
had that
great-
tag
yeah.
as a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
So people were so happy that he was able to come out of that hole. And now, I mean, obviously he's doing fantastic
He's
stuff.
Iron Man.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
my
now he's
God.
Iron Man.
Yes,
He's
he
and
is.
now he's Iron Man.
He's the best
But for
Iron
her,
Man I've
maybe-
ever seen.
Is it because she didn't come from some kind of adversity and emerge as this time? I mean, I think
don't know.
that's a silly reason to resent her. She's really talented.
She is.
And
She is.
she's smart. She went to a good school. She's
I'd like-
educated. I like that.
I would like to send out an invitation for Anne Hathaway to come here. We can just sit down and chat. We will get to the bottom of who she is.
I would like to see that
exactly.
happen. I would like to see
Anne,
her.
come on in.
Come on down.
We'll talk and we'll set the record
We'll just figure it out. Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
even-
Yeah.
All right.
Will the real Anne Hathaway please stand up?
Exactly. I'll move over. Sit right here.
She can sit right here.
Stop it, Sam. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Number 10 is really interesting because it says it's actually scientific.
There may be a scientific reason as
This
to
is
why.
kind of
I
weird.
gotta hear
actually,
this.
too.
I gotta
yeah,
hear
it
this.
This is very interesting.
Hit
All
me.
right. Do you want me to do it? Or you
Yeah,
want to
go
talk
ahead,
about it?
please.
All right. Well, apparently, there is a psychology professor by the name of Terry Pettyjohn who says
I don't believe him.
Totally fake name.
Yeah, really.
That sounds fake, actually. Yeah.
Well, he says that it may indeed be a scientific reason that people hate her is because of her mature face. So
It's ageist.
Her
there's a
mature
lot of
face
that.
is made. She's got a slender shape, and you can see her. She's got nice bone structure. It suggests that she would be popular when times are more challenging. As the economy improves, Hathaway, whose peak of fame, post-boyfriend, who I think we talked about that briefly.
Everybody felt bad
we
for
didn't
her.
talk about it.
Everybody
Okay.
felt bad for her during
So
that
just
period.
a little background on that. She
right,
was
yes.
dating this Italian mogul, businessman, entrepreneur, or something,
Supposedly.
real estate mogul,
Yes.
or something, Raffaello Folieri,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was embroiled in a big scandal and went to jail. But she was dating him for a really long time, and
Right.
everyone was like, "Oh my God, this happened."
Yeah.
And
Oh
they
my
felt
God.
sorry for her, didn't
Yeah.
People felt a little sorry for her.
Yeah.
But so after that post boyfriend pre-Oscar hosting, which we already talked about that, it came amid the 2008 economic crash. So her face, that structure, may be just a reminder of bad times.
This guy has
Does
a
that make
lot of
sense?
time on his hands.
I think you got to work on changing his name, frankly.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
for all of you wondering who didn't know why they hated her, didn't know why.
Didn't know.
It's evolutionary.
It's because it's scientific. It's her face.
BS is what I say.
That is weird.
That's totally BS.
That is kind of weird.
You made a couple jumps there, Scott.
Listen,
I think it
I'm
wasn't
saying
like none,
Terry Pettyjohn, Professor Terry Pettyjohn.
Well, with a name like that, I'll trust this guy.
just saying.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense though.
So is
kinda
the
makes sense.
theory is that now because the economy is improving, we hate her?
Because she reminds us of when it was bad.
Oh,
Oh,
that's weird.
but now she's doing okay. So when it was bad,
But she reminds us of the bad times.
Well, also,
Right.
the economy hasn't improved that much.
Not much at all.
That's
No,
the thing.
true.
Maybe it's more of a. I don't know if you can. There's a corollary there. Maybe it's more of a sympathy factor.
Well, I have to say this.
we were
though.
all feeling sorry for ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we we shared some of that with.
There's
Anne
something to
Hathaway
that. I do feel bad for Sam
But
all the time.
all the
But-
time. So I don't. Yeah, maybe.
Whether your stocks are up or down, you're like,
I always worry about Sam. I'm like, oh, Sam.
oh,
Yeah.
but Sam. It keeps you
Made
grounded.
a lot of money today.
I'm a victim of circumstances.
Do we have anything else we want to add to your scientific thoughts? Anybody?
Well, I know it's scientifically proven that if you leave the house without panties on, people will talk about it. So
that
mean,
has
this was
happened. I can't
I
tell
think
you how
that's-
often it's happened
You
to me.
don't mess with science.
No, you don't. That kind
because
of
you know
science you
she
don't.
did do that once,
She did.
and I think there was kind of a I might as well have lifted up my whatever. And well, it's like, well, yeah, or you could have
Did she get out of a car with the paparazzi?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Really?
It always
That's what
happens.
happened. Yeah.
She pulled a Britney Spears.
No.
You know what? That's the first
Paris
person I thought about it.
Hilton.
Yep.
The
And then
minute,
Paris Hilton, yep.
yeah.
Not that I have any problem with that.
No, of course you don't.
Oh, paparazzi's like, give it to us. Yep, there you go.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Where are the Go Commandos? This applies to anybody. This applies to anybody, though. If you are leaving the house with no underoos on, it's time to reevaluate.
It is.
This is for everybody.
This is.
And mostly for Scott. Because I know you're guilty of this.
I'm wearing my underoos today.
Well, let me tell you, as far as I'm concerned, you'll never see me without my underwear.
Well, that is a comfort I can't even tell you.
I can.
That is that's definitely a comfort.
All right, so
Second to Osama bin Laden not existing anymore. Like, I am so glad that
I
I don't have to worry about.
I no longer worry about you.
I want this woman on the show more often because she really puts me in my seat, my place.
All right, that's our top 10, guys, for Anne Hathaway. I don't know if we've changed any minds or not, but
I have no
It's all
idea.
about
I think it's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting.
But it's nice to have an expert, a pop science expert.
A pop science expert?
Pop science, yeah.
I mean, it's a pop social, whatever you want to
I
call it.
actually like pop science.
I like that.
That
too.
is
like
a
pop
fantastic
science.
title.
All right, that is, I'm copywriting that right now. So by the
science.
time you see this, it's already ours.
All right. So that's 10 Reasons Why show today. We will be back next week, of course, like we always are. Make sure, I'm going to point over here because I think that's where it's at. If you're on our webpage or you're checking us out on YouTube, hit that button right there, because we want you to subscribe to the channel. Come to our website, www.10reasonswhyshow.com, and you can also get a hold of the lovely Audrey Cleo. What's your handle again?
What's your information?
It's
Hit us.
Here's my social security number.
Earmuffs.
Here are my coordinates. It's at Audrey Cleo. That's my Twitter handle. You can join my Facebook page, facebook.com/Audrey Cleo official, and go to audreycleo.com for videos and ramblings and
All kinds of fun stuff.
all kinds of fun
We'll
stuff.
link to her on our
Yeah, we'll put her up on our page. We'll link
Very
it.
cool. Well, thanks for having me on, you guys.
Thanks for joining us.
really
Yeah, it was so
fun.
fun.
And don't
yeah.
forget, there's still time to go to Amazon.com and look at our gift list and get us those things from the CES show that we want to have. Ship them out.
No idea.
Can I tack some things onto that? Because
And yes, Audrey's gonna want
I
some
have
stuff.
few
So we'll check it this
wants.
week because we'll have some add some stuff from her.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks Audrey Cleo.
Goodbye. Good evening.